I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I was having some arguments with some stupid men on TikTok, which is not unusual for me. But here's what something that comes up over and over again. There's a couple of talking points that men that don't get it keep saying. They keep saying stuff like, if you talk about male violence, which, 98% of violence in the world is perpetrated by men. They never want to talk about that statistic, but they always want to talk about statistics about single mothers in America. But anyway, if you, bring up, men's bad behavior, which is corroborated by 98% of violence in the world is perpetrated by men. Almost 100% people, almost 100%. So, but that statistic doesn't matter. That's like, whoa, man bashing. No, men are bashing themselves. Like, men are giving us that. Men are doing that bad behavior. The thing which a lot of these ignorant men come back with is women behave badly too. Everybody behaves badly. Men behave more badly. And that's not misandry. That's 98% of violence in the world is perpetrated by men. So men do behave in huge ways worse than women. So this like argument, and backing up statistics about, single mothers, whatever, this and that, rates of, abusing their children. We should be operating under a matriarchy. And that's the way we're going, people. We're actually going towards a matriarchy because patriarchy has failed. And we got all these men blaming single mothers who have been abandoned by the fathers of their children. So the men have failed 100%. So not only are men violent, but they're also failing to do duties by their children. So anytime you bring up single mothers, you're really talking about failure of men as fathers. And I say that this is the end stage of patriarchy. War is still breaking out. The problem with wealth in this country is because men at the top are hoarding money, and globally. So I don't want to hear that, women behave badly too. Under patriarchy, men have always been rewarded for bad and violent behavior. They've been rewarded for war. They've been rewarded for rape. They've been rewarded for taking over countries, villages, raping and pillaging. They get more. And they don't care who they kill or rape or burn a village to get more. Patriarchy is based on male violence. And the men that, say, oh, it's, there's no such thing anymore as, misogyny. Yes, there is. The number of women that are being raped right now as we speak in the world, the number of women that are being beaten by men, and they're not beaten by women, they're beaten by men, murdered by men right now, is shocking. And if you don't, I don't have that statistic, but, if you need to know who's doing the violence, it's men. And often the victim is women. So misogyny is alive and well. And, you can look up those statistics, how many women are murdered or beaten or raped every second, by country or, whatever. You can look that up. So don't ask me for those statistics. And the other thing is that people don't, I've been talking about this Karen trope. To call a woman Karen, that went so freaking viral. And a woman can be called Karen just for speaking out. A woman could be called Karen for telling some bad boys at the park that their behavior was bad. She's called a Karen, but there's no name for the bad boys. And it doesn't go the other way. Like men can afford to be ignorant under patriarchy. Patriarchy is based on male violence and male ignorance and male lies. So, because stupid men say, oh, there's no such thing as misogyny anymore. Everything's equal. It's not equal. There's women in America that are raped and can't get abortions. It's never going to happen to a man. It's not equal. It's not equal. And only a fool would say that, so this is the dregs. This is the dregs of patriarchy, like fighting back. But we're going to move to matriarchy because men have failed to be protectors, failing to be providers in a lot of cases. Single fathers just failed 100%. 100% they are a failure. And in typical patriarchal fashion, will point the finger at the single mother who's the only one doing the work. So that's patriarchy for you, blaming the woman and doing no work as a man. And the other thing is, men, I said that dick should go viral as a term for men that behave badly. And all these people are arguing, that's already a term. No, I want to go as big as Karen. And the thing is that women get criticized, get called a Karen for just speaking. Whereas male bad behavior is often rewarded. The amount of men that get away with rape, the amount of men that are tax sheltering their money. Patriarchy rewards male violence and male abuse. So men sometimes get called out for bad behavior, but sometimes they get away with it. Women always get called out for any kind of a transgression, always. Look how much people come after the single mothers. Anything a woman does, even her hair, what she looks like, a woman will get heavily criticized, always. But a man, no, he doesn't get criticized. And, it's not the same. It's not true. And if you think it is, you are living in delusions and lies. Because you can afford to, because the patriarchy rewards male delusions and lies. And a woman always gets called out for any transgressions. And a woman will even get called out for speaking about male transgressions. So a woman is criticized just for speaking about others' bad behavior, whereas a man gets away with bad behavior.